Hello, this is Greg Lambert, and this is a sculpture I made back in the year 2000. I made it out of porcelain, and the name of it is Old Sparky. I had a couple of objectives when I started this piece. One was to try a different finish technique. Up until this point, I'd been using ceramic glazes, oil paints, watercolors, pastels. Didn't really like any of the effects, so in this case, I went with a craft paint and turned out liking it, and I used it ever since this piece. What I liked was it's kind of a transparent look, a little bit washed out, doesn't look solid. I can also put details into some of or put dark paint into some of the detail crevices and things. Kind of makes the piece look a little more three-dimensional, at least to me. This was inspired by a cartoon that I had seen in the newspaper by a guy named Andrew Bach, I think. I'm not sure about the Andrew. I'm pretty sure his last name was Bach, though. And on the cartoon, he had a caption, which I stuck on here as well. Verdict, guilty 12, not guilty 0, margin for error plus or minus 3%. So, Mr. Bach, if you happen to see this, then I apologize for plagiarizing your cartoon. Let's see. At the time I made this, I used to live close to Huntsville, which is where Huntsville State Prison was, and was the home of Old Sparky, believe it or not. And so in this case, since this was 2000, I went ahead and marked in the number of executions that had been done at Huntsville State Prison, which was, I think, 50. You add up all these tick marks. And this piece turned out a little differently than the cartoon. I added some details. For example, I don't think these batteries were in here, none of this electrical stuff. Let's see, I think other than that, it was pretty close. The face might be a little different. I pretty much liked the piece, except it did have some ill effects during firing. So for example, I don't know if you can see this, but there's this little stand that it sits on is uneven. Also, one of the shoes popped up off the floor, which I kind of liked. The chair is now uneven, so it gives it more of a tension, I think, which is kind of what you'd be looking for in a piece like this. And I guess that's it. I'll just show you some of the details. Not real happy with the face. Wish I could do that over, but everything else I think turned out all right. I like the construction piece of it, die-hard battery. As I said, I liked all the details. I stole an idea from the guy who created the Lincoln Memorial. Abe Lincoln's two hands use sign language to show his initials, A.L. And in this case, it's G.L., which are my initials. So I think that's pretty much it. There you have it. Old Sparky. Thank you very much.